Manchester United have just lost 3-1 at home to Brighton. What an absolute shambles. And you know what? All I'm going to say from the beginning is Brighton wanted it more than us. Brighton played us off the field. And when you looked at their starting 11, they were missing people like, obviously, Moises Caicedo went, McAllister went, Estupiñán didn't play, and Ciso didn't play. Evan Ferguson played only for like 5 minutes. Ansu Fati didn't play. João Pedro didn't play. Like 6 or 7 of their best players didn't even play. They had people like Lallana playing. They had people like Welbeck playing. And we still couldn't go out there and put in a good shift. The people in our team just clearly don't seem to want it as much as other teams do. Casemiro looked poor. Bruno looked poor. Rashford doesn't seem to know how to pass the ball. He just shoots every time he gets the ball, which is just, it's just getting a bit boring now, to be completely honest with you. I don't see how it can move forward from here, really, because Rashford's going to carry on getting the ball and thinking he's Mbappe at every opportunity and shooting and missing, which he does do. Casemiro looks like his legs have gone. He doesn't look like he can run about properly anymore. You've got Eriksen playing for 90 minutes who can barely even do 60 minutes last season. So how is he able to do 90 minutes? I mean, overall, it's just an absolute disgrace, really. It is. Like, when you see their team versus our team, we should be doing better than them. The goals came from João Pedro, Pascal Grobe, and Danny Welbeck, and Hannibal Mejbri got a consolation goal to make it 3-1. Overall, yeah, I don't know what to say other than it's an absolute shambles. Let me know in the comment section how you feel after the result. I assume everybody is in the same situation. I assume everybody is upset. Everyone's annoyed. Some people will be questioning the manager. Some people will be saying Erik ten Hag out. I'm not that person at this moment, because I just don't see who you can bring in and be better. I think this is on the players. I think that it's on the people who, you know, the scouts. It's on the directors of football. It's on the people who thought that bringing in Onana, spending 50 million on a goalkeeper when we clearly needed to solve our midfield issues, was a good decision. That was a bad decision. Not keeping David De Gea for one more season, the Golden Glove winner, when Onana, I mean, he made one good save at the end, but all 3 of the goals, I would say that maybe other than one, he probably should have saved, you know? So overall, it's just very, very poor, isn't it? And, you know, we all love this club. I know that we all love Manchester United. We all will support Manchester United no matter what happens. But when you watch this at home, we haven't lost a game at home for 30 matches, and we just got completely played off the park by what I would say is half of Brighton's B team. Literally half of the people they fielded today were not even their first team players, right? We had World Cup winners playing. We had Lisandro Martinez. We had, you know, the captain of Brazil, Casemiro playing. We had Bruno Fernandes. We had all of these players who people say are world class, and we got completely embarrassed. And do you know what that comes down to? It comes down to mentality. It comes down to their ability as well. I just think that maybe some of you will point the finger at Erik ten Hag. That's completely fine. You're entitled to have your opinion. At this point, I just don't see the point in doing that, because who would you bring in? Who's your option? Who would you bring in to replace Erik ten Hag at this point? People will say, bring in De Zerbi. Yeah, maybe De Zerbi comes in and does a better job. It's hypothetical at this point, you know? I just think when you look at our squad, half of them probably need to go. Casemiro, I think, has probably got a year left in him and then needs replacing. He's 31, 32. Real Madrid don't sell players unless they're past their best. We saw that with Rafael Varane. He came in, yes, he was world class, but now he's injury prone. We seem to have this tendency of buying all of these types of players. We buy Anthony for 80 million. He's now not able to play. We spend 50 million on Onana. And realistically, I think David De Gea would have done a better job than Onana today. There was at least 3 or 4 opportunities, right, where I saw Onana get the ball and then misplace a pass. If that was David De Gea, there'd be those people on Twitter who were in the David De Gea witch hunt club posting up videos of him saying, David De Gea is a disgrace. He can't play a pass. I mean, Onana can't play a pass either, and we've just spent 50 million on him. We bought Mason Mount, who was poor and now is injured. We bought Rasmus Højlund, who I think is going to be good in the future, but doesn't even seem to be able to play 90 minutes. Erik ten Hag's bringing him off after 60 minutes. Why? Why are you bringing off Rasmus Højlund and putting on Anthony Martial, who is way past his best? Let's try and be a bit of positive, though. Reguilon looked decent. Hannibal Mejbri looked all right. Other than that, I think they were all pretty crap, to be honest. I think we were completely bullied and dominated by a poor Brighton squad. When I say a poor Brighton team, Brighton play better football than us. Don't get it twisted, right? Brighton do play better football than us. But when you actually look at the team that started for Brighton today, as I said, many of their best players were missing, okay? So there's no excuse for us to go there and get absolutely humiliated at home. It should have been more than 3 as well. It should have been 4 or 5. Like, it really, really should have. I don't really know where we go from here. Obviously, we've got Bayern Munich on Wednesday away from home. Like, we're going to get battered in that game, realistically, aren't we? I would say we'll probably just park the bus there and hope for a draw at best. Then we've got Burnley away from home. I'm even worried about that. We've got Burnley, I think it's next Saturday, away from home. I think that'll be a difficult game. I think we'll be lucky to win that one, to be honest with you, the way we're playing at the moment. Like, if teams want it more than us, we will lose games. It doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter whether you've got World Cup winners or whether you've got, you know, people who we spent £80 million on. If the other team want it more than us, they will beat us. So we played Burnley on the 23rd. So it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. So yeah, we've got Bayern Munich at home. Away in the Champions League, then Burnley away, and then Crystal Palace in the League Cup, and then Crystal Palace again at home. So I don't know where we go from here. I think all we can really aim for is probably 5th or 6th or 7th. I think that has to be the goal now. Top 4, I think, is unrealistic. Obviously, you do get Champions League football if you finish 5th. Maybe we can have a decent run in the Champions League, potentially. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to win it, but maybe we can have a good run in the Champions League. The last thing we want is to drop out of the Champions League and end up in the Europa. That's obviously a possibility. And obviously the thing you have to remember here is as well, this whole situation is only going to add more fuel to the fire in the Jadon Sancho situation, because all of the press are going to be saying, oh, Erik ten Hag should have made up with Jadon Sancho. He should have, brought him back into the team. Why did Pellistri not start? Why did Garnacho not start? There's already going to be question marks being asked. Who am I blaming this week? I'm blaming the players. They were all crap, every single one of them. The only people who were okay was Reguilon and maybe Hannibal Mejbri. The rest of them were terrible. All rubbish, literally rubbish. The manager, poor substitutions. Rasmus Højlund for Martial, terrible substitution. Leaving Eriksen on for 80 minutes of a game when we know he can only play 50 or 60, terrible decision. I think, his in-game management today was very, very poor. I'm not in the Erik ten Hag out camp. I just think it's a bit lazy, to be honest. Anybody who is, obviously that's up to you, but let me know in the comment section who you would bring in, why you think they're going to do a better job. Let me know your thoughts, and how are they going to motivate this bunch of players, because they clearly aren't motivatable, They clearly have thrown their toys out of the pram. Are they upset about the Jadon Sancho situation? Maybe. Obviously, Eric says that they're focused on their football, but it doesn't look like they are. Obviously, does Erik ten Hag take blame? I don't know. What can you blame Erik ten Hag for? The substitutions were poor. I blame him for that. I think starting Diogo Dalot was questionable, but apparently Wan-Bissaka was sick. Was he sick? We don't know. Pellistri not starting, I think that was questionable. So I think his selection for the game today was questionable. I'll agree with that. But overall, this is on the players. The players were poor. They were all poor. The Brighton players wanted it more than them. Obviously, you can look at the recruitment. You can look at the summer week window we had. It wasn't good enough. We brought in Amrabat injured. We brought in Rasmus Højlund injured. Clearly can't play 90 minutes still. I mean, it's just a bit of a disgrace the whole way you look at it, isn't there? And there isn't really much positivity to home in on, if I'm being completely honest. And as I said, looking at the next couple of fixtures, I think we've got some difficult games ahead, so I am quite concerned. But I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. Please do let me know in your comment section how you feel about the game. I assume everybody is as devastated as I am. Let me know if you are in the Erik ten Hag out camp, which I'll be very clear in saying I am 100% not at this point. But obviously, if you are, you're entitled to your opinion. I disagree with you, but you can obviously let me know in the comment section. This has been Daily with Devil. I've been Kieran. Please do make sure to smash a like and subscribe. Please do go and try and have a nice evening or day and try and switch off from football. I'm going to try and get outside now and just, switch off from this, because I think it's just, it just wears you down otherwise. So try and not let it ruin your weekend. All right, everyone. I'll speak to you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.